you're coming up short, and you're coming up short, coming up short in those dehydrated dreams. Hello everyone, today I'm going to go fully analog with you guys, and we're going to record a song the way it was done in bedrooms and in basements before DAWs took over. I'm going to record into this Tascam 414 Mark II. It's a cassette recorder, and I'm going to give you guys a good little top-down view and tell you guys why someone may be interested in doing something like this versus recording a DAW. So let's get right into it, and then right after this, we're going to record the song, and you guys get to hear the whole process. Let's do it. Alright guys, so this is it, the Tascam 414 Mark II Portastudio. Cool little thing right here. Now some of you may be asking, why would anybody want to use this when you can use a DAW? Well, this is a whole other game. You're talking about tape here. There's no tape in, but there will be. This is type 1. And there's going to be some tape on here, and we're going to have to record to it. Now the cool thing about this is that everything is fully analog. So you got your volume faders, you got your EQs, and if you have some effects that you can plug into back there, you can do that. You can pan things left and right. Sometimes just having something physical changes the creativity game. I'm serious. Try it out if you guys have just been in a DAW your whole life. Something about analog stuff, it just triggers something in the brain that sparks creativity. Now, I do have it plugged in, so it's powered. I haven't turned it on yet. There's an XLR input in the back. There's 2 of them, so I can use my mics. Yeah, that's great. And then I have my headphones plugged into here. These are my really terrible used headphones that have served me for years, and they still sound great. They just look bad, so I'm going to put them off screen. And of course, you can plug in a line in for here instead if you'd rather do that. That's all you need to get things started. So let me just turn this on so you can hear some, not hear, but see. So look at that. You got these blinking. That means they're ready to record, but I'm going to keep it in safe because I'm not recording onto that. This is back here on the left input, so this is set to the left input. Now I should be getting some signal if I talk into this and raise it up, raise it up. You can see that. Yep, that's the little thing indicating I'm getting some signal. I'm all the way up, and that's how it works. And then this is the volume, and you just got to have everything ready to record. So this is ready to record, and this is the monitoring, so I can adjust the volume with my headphones and whatnot. And once I get that tape in there, I'll just hit record, and there we go. So let's go ahead and make this song for you guys. I really think it's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. I think you guys will like my song. I hope y'all do. Let's get into it. Something different for the channel, right? Let's do it. You're waiting for someone, you're waiting to dream. You're finding that everything is causing a scene. Alright guys, so we got our song down, and now the cool thing is about something like this in today's day and age is that you can do something kind of hybrid with it. You can still connect it to your DAW, but before I do that, I just wanted to get you guys to kind of get an idea how this can still be sort of an all-in-one for you. I have it hooked up to my speakers, and now I know you won't be able to hear the audio through there. I'm going to try to have you hear it through here. But I'm going to play this for you, and I'm going to kind of do a quick mix, maybe put on my headphones, and you guys get to see what this kind of feels like in a real life scenario. So let's go ahead and press play. The tape is all wound back to the beginning of the song, so let's do this. And let's try to get a quick mix. It's another cool thing is this pitch control. Watch this. Now it sounds like something totally different. You're starting to know You're starting to breathe. Speed it up. You're taking it all into a black watered sea. You're changing the sounds to the highest degree, but you're coming up short in those dehydrated. This is the lowest. Dreams. Isn't that so cool? All the way. It's a little too fast. You're walking around, you stare at the clouds, walking in silence in the midst of a crowd. It's easy to say. All right, let's put this back into my DAW so that way we can actually import the tracks into my computer and we can even edit it and do it like that. Makes it a lot more interesting. At that point, it's no longer considered a full analog thing. Now you're involving some digital, but at least you still get that tape vibe onto a computer and you can go crazy with the editing at that point if you still wanted to, you know, go crazy with that. But you could do it all on here. Isn't that great? Let me show you with the tracks all imported in there. All right, guys, so this is on my DAW. This is on Logic, and as you can see, I labeled every single track. Now with the Tascam, you actually have to do track 1 and track 2 hard pan right and left, and then import onto inputs 1 and 2 on your USB, what's it called, thing. I forget the name now, but you have to do 2 tracks at a time. And so that's how I got this in. And I imported a normal speed version and then a slow version because I like that slow vibe. And I know that Logic has the very speed, but I just wanted it to be all into the Tascam, like I said. So have a listen to this. I was able to pan the guitars right and left. And the really cool but kind of bad thing about this is that like my Tascam, or it could be my tape, has an issue where some of the tracks kind of bleed into one another, so it kind of made the guitar have this phasey effect that I actually liked. So that's one of those cool accidental mistakes that you get with tape. So just have a quick listen to this and then I'll, you know, kind of switch to the slow one. You're changing the sounds to the highest degree, but you're coming up short in those dehydrated dreams. And now I'm just gonna mute these, and then I'm gonna show you guys the slow version, and sounds real cool and smooth. Oopsie daisies. Come on, Lucas, you can do better than that. There we go. Yeah. That sounds cool. You're walking around, you stare at the clouds, walking in silence in the midst of a crowd. And I don't even want to edit that. That sounds really nice just the way that it is. But of course, I could do all kinds of editing now that it's imported onto here, but I won't do that. Let's go ahead and do the outro. Hope you guys have enjoyed all of this process. Well guys, what did you think? That was recording with my Tascam Portastudio 414 Mark II. All that good analog goodness, no DAW involved unless you did what I just did, which is importing the tracks onto your DAW and doing some modifications there. But why would you need to do that when you can do all analog? But at the same time, I do encourage the hybrid kind of setup because this just opens up a whole world, you know, if you've just been recording with a DAW. I really like it, and I just would like to say that I did record in Type 1, type of cassette, got that lo-fi kind of vibe to it. There's a Type 2 which has a wider frequency range and it's more for professional use, which you can use for a more type of cleaner song. This has that more hissy kind of vibe to it, which I thought was perfect for the song. So I wanted to use Type 1. Maybe I'll use Type 2 in the future because I do have some with me. And I just wanted to say that get yourself one of these if you haven't already. If you can find them for a good price, because they are kind of expensive. But I will say, I do appreciate all your support. I hope you guys enjoyed the song. Maybe you'll hear the song at the end of this video or in a separate video. I'm probably going to put it at the end of this video because that's what the whole point of this video is about, right? So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of the comments that you leave on my video. I do read all of them and I respond to as many as I can. So thank you so much for all the support. I'll see you all in the next one. Now let's do the thumbnail.
You're waiting for someone, you're waiting to dream. You're finding that everything is causing a scene. You're searching for waters, you're hiding in trees. You're coming up short in those dehydrated dreams. La da 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 dee dum, la da 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 dee dum, la da 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 dee da dee da dee da dee da dum, la da 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 dee dum, la da 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 dee dum, la da da dee da dee da dee da dee da dum. You're starting to notice, you're starting to breathe. You're taking it all into a black watered sea. You're changing the sounds to the highest degree, but you're coming up short in those dehydrated dreams. La da 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 dee dum, la da 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 dee dum, la da da dee da dee da dee da dee da dum, la da 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 dee dum, la da 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 dee dum, la da da dee da dee da dee da dee da dum. You're walking around, you stare at the clouds, walking in silence in the midst of a crowd. It's easy to say that it's going away, that you're taking it back to those lighthearted ways again. But you're coming up short, and you're coming up short, coming up short in those dehydrated dreams. And you're coming up short, coming up short, you're coming up short in those dehydrated dreams. And you're coming up short, and you're coming up short,